Hello there and welcome to Medical Mondays. I'm Dr. Watson. I'm a Gen Z doctor who says smart and dumb things pertaining to medicine, and today we are going to be reviewing some medical needs. If you aren't already following me on Instagram, then it might be a good idea to do that now because it's sad that you're not, and I'm kind of funny. Kaylee here, and today's video is sponsored by me. If you don't know, I published a coloring book specifically for medical students and a pocket-sized soap note template book, both of which are available on Amazon. A smile always comes to my face when I see friends, family, and followers color their anxieties away with my book. I created the template book when I noticed how anxious medical students were to fill out the popular multi-page H&P templates and then proceed to report non-pertinent findings during rounds until the attending's eyes glazed over or they were scolded for wasting their time. The feedback has shown the majority of customers are repeat buyers because they love that it has cut down their preparation time, increased their confidence when presenting a patient, and is easily accessible since it fits in just about every pocket. I also sell handmade products on Etsy, including scrub caps and a customizable white coat hanger, both of which are a great gift for yourself or a loved one. If you do not want to buy a product but still want to support the channel, you can submit a donation, use my affiliate links in the description, or show your love with a like, share, comment, or click on the subscribe button to feed the hungry YouTube algorithm. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. So the Instagram account that we're going to be looking at today is the doctor's office because it's adorable and I always get a good laugh from it. Yeah, this one is kind of sad but also really true just because palliative care always has like the magic touch into making someone feel very comfortable and the family feel very comfortable. So it is wrong to celebrate that hard when a patient goes DNR or DNI, but a lot of times it's definitely warranted. And if you don't know, DNR, do not resuscitate, DNI, do not intubate. Oh my gosh, I love that episode of The Office. But it is true, it's either like minimal blood loss or 5 cc's blood loss, but your patient can have a low blood pressure for other reasons. I think a good one would be like their pre-op hemoglobin was like 15 and now it's 5. That would be a funnier one, but both are good. Yeah, this is another like, oh, it's so true. Like there's times that patients are having active like real issues and they're just denying tests, and the first thing that a patient has is autonomy, so you literally have to say, okay, you have to tell them all the risks that they're taking, like, hey, you're having an active heart attack. If you leave, you're gonna have to come back anyways, or you might not make it to your car. And I think that's when doctors sound scary because we kind of have to use scare tactics, but it's also just telling you the truth. Voodoo Mama Juju. It is true though, I feel like there's so many people that are benefiting off of these supplements and herbs and everything that aren't really regulated, and you can kind of make up whatever you want and make a cute little video on it. I feel like as long as you're doing no harm, then it's fine, but I mean the ones that have extremely expensive supplements and make you do a bunch of tests that aren't really necessary, those are the ones that are difficult. But just be sure to tell your doctor about it, especially like your surgeon or something, if you're taking these supplements, because some of them can cause like your blood to be thinner or to react with other medications. So as long as you're upfront about whatever you're taking, and hopefully the supplements that you are taking are actually somewhat regulated and the ingredients are listed, then you should be fine, and as long as it doesn't do too much damage. So the MPO is nothing by mouth, so usually that's right before surgery or right after if you're worried about something. But I have seen a lot of times where patients got that MPO and then they were so worried about like, oh, but I'm gonna be so hungry in the morning and I really want to eat something. So we try to tell them that, hey, it's not just for fun, you can't eat, because if you do, then there's a risk that whatever's in your stomach might actually come up. And if that happens, then you have a tube in your throat and you're sedated, so you can't really just swallow it. It might just end up inside of your lungs. And if that's the case, you might get some nasty pneumonia. So it's just a lot better to not eat. 3 years of residency got me like I'm 30. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what it can feel like. It can be really stressful, and also with fellowship and everything, you're lucky if you get done with your training by the time you're 30. When the patient who's about to discharge tells you they're having chest pain, jump. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes the attendings can be pretty mean on you, especially the worst that I've gotten is when I was operating the camera, which is understandable because that's when you can really frustrate them the most. But I've definitely seen some attendings be very harsh on people. It's usually to the residents because they feel responsible for their residents and they have to train you. Medical students I haven't really seen, but also surgical techs, I've seen that before too, where the attending is just really mad that something isn't in the room. And a lot of times the surgical techs are just trying their best. The ERAS is the application process for residency, and I definitely spent an abundance of hours trying to make sure it's perfect and not sound like an idiot, you know, looking back to make sure that I know English and basic grammar. And I always feel like I said something really dumb for some reason, like I don't know if I copy pasted something for the wrong reason, but I spent a lot of hours just making sure that my ERAS application was decent. Going through hell, applying for residency, then 3 years later doing it all over again for fellowship. I am ready to be hurt again. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I feel like fellowship is a lot less nerve-wracking, but it does feel very true for someone that is doing prelim instead of categorical, because you're applying for a residency while you're in your internship year, which can be really difficult. So this is cute just because every time you have a heart failure patient, the first thing that you do is give them furosemide or Lasix, which makes them just pee a whole lot, but they're definitely not going to be peeing in a corner. A lot of times if they're really bad, you just catheterize them if they can't walk. I have already seen this one, and actually it was pretty hilarious to me because that's exactly how I felt, especially whenever you're really worried about your application, like with my ERAS, and you're worried about your interviews and looking up all these places and then your rank list. So it can be very difficult to like really apply yourself while you're in your clinical rotations, like your electives. That's just a cute pun. Oh, that's good. Yeah, the standardized patients were always good. We had that in our first 2 years. Oh no. Yeah, me after counseling my patients on healthy eating and exercise habits, it's true. I mean, doctors are kind of the worst. It can be pretty hard to upkeep with all the good habits that you're supposed to have, like sleep and eating decently because you feel like you don't have time to cook. So a lot of times doctors do neglect themselves right after telling their patient like, hey, you gotta do better. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out this video on Euphoria and check into the next Medical Monday video. See you next time. Bye.